The countdown is almost over. You're going to Walt Disney World. But one last thing stands between you and Main Street, and that's packing. With long travel days, 4 parks, Disney Springs, and even some water parks, you certainly don't want to get caught wearing the wrong thing. So don't worry, we're here to help. We've been to Disney World hundreds of times during all different types of weather, and we give you our essential packing list of everything you need to wear to Disney World up next. Welcome aboard. I'm Don B from Eat, Sleep, Disney, where we go from rope drop to close to ensure your next Disney vacation is truly unforgettable. And as always, if you have any questions at all about planning your perfect Disney vacation, please leave them in the comment section below. We answer every single question. Whether you're flying, taking a train, bus, or driving, comfort is key on your arrival day to the Walt Disney World Resort. So whether that's your favorite sweatpants and sweatshirt, Disney tee, or jeans, pick something you're comfortable in for that travel day. If you will be arriving early in the day and plan to head into the parks right away, go for a swim in the hotel pool, or visit Disney Springs, you probably want to consider packing a change of clothes in your backpack or carry-on suitcase. Disney World Resort hotels are able to store your luggage behind the front desk if your room isn't ready when you arrive. So you can quickly change into your park day clothes and get your vacation started right away without needing to carry around your luggage. It is no secret that Central Florida can get hot, and we mean really hot. With its reputation for being humid and sunny nearly year-round, you've probably started cataloging all the shorts and sweat-wicking clothing you own to be packed away. But before you pile your suitcase with tank tops, check the weather. A quick glance at your favorite weather app can tell you whether it's going to be unseasonably cold for Florida during your January Disney World trip. Or you might find that rain is expected nearly every day that you plan to visit because of the high temperatures in the summer. Or you could end up visiting during the hottest week of the year with temperatures soaring above 100 degrees. You want to be prepared for everything. Beyond the weather, there are a few other things to consider when choosing what you'll wear to Disney World. To be honest, the most important part of your outfit isn't your clothing, it's your shoes. The average park guest logs 15,000 to 25,000 steps a day in the parks. And if you're like us and there all day, you could easily do 30,000 steps plus in a day. So you'll want to be sure you have comfortable walking shoes to keep your feet happy. Your trip to Disney World is not the time to test out a brand new pair of sandals or brand new pair of shoes that you've never worn before. If you're traveling with a large group or have little ones that you don't want to get separated, consider purchasing matching family shirts in bright colors for each day of your trip. This will make it easier to spot each other in the parks and keep your party together. And even if you're not a large group, Heidi and I always coordinate a few couple days with matching t-shirts. If nothing else, they're a lot of fun. Dressing for comfort doesn't mean that you can't have some fun with your outfit either. Add a touch of Disney to your style with Minnie ears, Mickey ears, or other accessories. Don't forget to wear your Magic Band or your Magic Band Plus whenever you're not in your hotel room. Magic Bands are an essential accessory as they serve as your park ticket, Lightning Lane redemption, credit card, and more. And this goes without saying, you need to pack rain gear for all members of your party. Whether it's raincoats, ponchos, or even just a few umbrellas, it will rain during your trip to Walt Disney World. You also need to know what not to wear to Disney World. Disney World does have dress code requirements. And later in this video, we give you some of those details of what it's prohibited to wear in Disney World. But be sure to visit Disney's website before your trip to read up on any changes to this policy. While Florida is often known for being one long summer, there are some seasonal changes in weather that you'll want to consider when packing. The weather is hottest in the summer, with temperatures reaching well over 100 degrees due to the humidity. So we suggest wearing sweat-wicking clothing that will help you keep cool during the day. And we suggest a hat and of course sunscreen to keep you from burning. The fall is a bit milder in Florida, though temperatures are usually still in the 70s to low 90s. Plan to wear clothing that will keep you cool in the heat, but bring a light jacket for cooler mornings and evenings. Believe it or not, Florida can actually be cold in the winter, but not always. Be sure to check the weather forecast before you leave so you know if you need to pack pants and sweatshirts or shorts and tees. Lastly, the spring tends to bring some of the best weather to Florida, with typical temperatures in the 60s to 70s. These are the perfect temperatures for jeans and a t-shirt or shorts and a sweatshirt during your visit to Disney World. As we mentioned earlier, with so much walking involved, your shoes just might be the most important thing you'll wear in Disney World. We recommend wearing comfortable sneakers for your park days, though some guests may swear by sandals, like Birkenstocks or Crocs. We always say comfort over fashion. And don't forget that it usually rains in Florida in the middle of the day. We recommend packing an extra pair of shoes and socks just in case, because there's nothing worse than having to slog around the park all day in still damp shoes. If you are anything like us, eating your way around Disney World is half the fun of going to the House of the Mouse. While most restaurants in the hotels and parks allow for casual attire, basically anything you wear to the parks, Disney World's signature restaurants do have a higher standard when it comes to what you wear for your dining reservation. Currently, Disney's signature restaurants require guests dress accordingly in attire that respects the restaurant's sophisticated and upscale aesthetic. Clothing should be clean, neat, and in good condition. So of course, this includes items like khakis, slacks, and collared shirts for men, and capri pants, skirts, dresses, or dress shorts for women. Disney does permit jeans that are in good condition at these restaurants, with the exception of Victoria and Albert's, which requires that guests dress in semi-formal or formal attire. When going to your dining reservation, avoid dressing in swimwear, tank tops, flip-flops, t-shirts with offensive language or graphics, torn clothing, cutoffs, or swimsuit cover-ups at these upscale locations. However, if you don't plan on dining at any of the signature restaurants, then you don't need to change from your day clothes for your meal. If you have questions about the dress code at the Disney restaurant you plan to dine at during your stay, you can visit Disney's website for the most up-to-date information. Disney Springs is the largest shopping and dining district in Disney World. It's free to visit, and dressing for it is simple. Just wear something you're comfortable walking in and weather appropriate. Plan on getting some R&R at the pool during your trip, or even better, visiting one of Disney World's 2 water parks, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon? Then you better pack your swimsuit. Disney doesn't have any rules regarding swimsuits, so pack your favorite one or perhaps 2. You may also want to consider wearing water shoes or flip-flops, as the pavement around the pools can get very hot. And while Disney does provide towels at the resort pools and water parks, you may want to bring a cover-up for when you're walking between the pool and your hotel room, or riding on the bus to and from the water park. And of course, this goes without saying, definitely make sure to pack your suntan lotion even if you don't plan to have a pool day or go to the water parks. Planning your trip during the holidays and want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, you may want to consider packing something special to wear. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is one of the only times that adults are allowed to wear costumes in Magic Kingdom, and most take Disney up on their offer. If you do plan to wear a Halloween costume in the park, you will need to abide by dress guidelines. Now you can get all of the guidelines back on Disney's website, but in general, costumes must be family friendly and may not be obstructive, offensive, objectionable, or violent. Costumes may not contain any props or accessories that resemble or could easily be mistaken for an actual weapon. Costumes may not reach or drag on the ground, for example, a full-length princess dress. Capes may be worn if the length does not go below the waist. Themed t-shirts, Blouses, sweatshirts, and hats are acceptable. Costume masks of any kind may not be worn. Note that guests 13 and under are allowed to wear costume masks, though they must provide unobstructed peripheral vision at all times, with openings that allow the eyes to be fully seen. Costumes are not allowed for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but be sure to pack something festive to wear. Keep in mind that it may still be warm. Yes, even in November and December. So you may want to go for a Santa in Hawaii vibe rather than a winter wonderland. When you are trying to decide what to wear to Disney World, comfort is key. You'll want to consider what clothing may cause chafing, wear shoes that you know won't blister your feet, and even think about what you plan to ride in the parks. While many people may choose to steer clear of skirts and dresses because of the risk of chafing, and the fact that it may make riding some attractions more difficult, you can still wear them. My wife Heidi always recommends purchasing slip shorts to wear under your skirt or purchasing skirts and dresses that have shorts built into them. This will help you avoid any awkward encounters when trying to get on rides that require you to straddle the seat, like Magic Kingdom's Tron Light Cycle Run. You may also want to consider packing layers. We're a big fan of lightweight to mid-weight layers, especially when traveling during the winter. Those early mornings or late nights are the perfect time to don your Disney Spirit jersey. But you probably won't need winter coats, hats, or gloves, unless of course it's seasonably cold during your trip. Disney does have a list of banned clothing, including costumes, clothing with obscene language or graphics, clothing that touches or drags on the floor, and excessively torn clothing. Check Disney's website before you visit for complete dress code if you have additional questions or concerns. Of course, you can bring backpacks into Disney World. Just note that your backpack must be 24 by 18 by 15 or less, according to Disney's regulations. You will still have to undergo security screening prior to entering the parks and Disney Springs. While not required, carrying a clear bag can help expedite the security screening process. And now that you know exactly what to wear to Disney World, we're bet you're ready to plan your next trip. Now, while Heidi and I are not travel agents, we have partnered with Mousefan Travel. They are the trusted travel partner of Eat Sleep Disney. Check the description down below for our exclusive link to Mousefan Travel's latest travel deals and promotions. And of course, we have plenty of Disney vacation planning advice right here on the channel, from tips to save money, how to make the most of your time in the parks, plus some first-time mistakes you don't want to make on your trip. We cover everything to help ensure your next Disney vacation is truly unforgettable.